So, Korin, I'm gonna say we're back. Like, where are we now?
We are at the park. I like to get grounded by being near nature. So, park was just like ideal.
Okay.
We have our beautiful, how is it pronounced?
Spread, the
The
charcuterie.
charcuterie, because I was pronouncing it wrong. And we have our Takara wine, my favorite wine.
Okay, we're gonna have to get into that.
Plum wine.
Plum wine.
Delicioso.
Fancy.
And I'm going to challenge you to something.
Okay, talk to
with
me.
these.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by this right here.
I like painting.
I'm nervous.
I told you, I like being creative.
Mhm.
I like painting.
Okay.
And we're going to paint my cover art.
Okay, say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more. Yeah, I'm gonna say, so for reference, like, we do have the cover art right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know they can't see it, but like, just looking at it and looking at this board, like, I see a lot of inspiration around us.
Yeah.
So tell me, like, where the inspiration, for this cover art came from.
Well, I actually was listening to my project, and I had named it something else before the name that I named it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was listening to it, I'm like, this is not the project we made. We made the other project.
Right.
Because the name of this project is supposed to be my second project.
So you were going to use the other title
as for this project.
For this one?
Yeah.
Okay, but
And
decided
then-
to go with the new one.
Yes.
Okay.
The one I plan to be second, because I'm like, it just goes better. And then as time went by, I started thinking even more. I'm like, I saw this picture of Little Kim,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I want to recreate this. I don't know what for, but I want to recreate this. So I saved it for a very long time. And then I connected the whole Persephone story, the Hades core, learning about the meaning of core
Mm-hmm.
and where that comes from, stuff like that. And then I'm just like, okay, cool, let's do this. I shot it with my friend Carlos, and there you go. I shot it with my friend Carlos, and my friend Fart edited it. And it came out, I feel like, a little bit better than the Little Kim one, but I'm not going to say too much.
No, I'm excited. I'm going to say, yeah. And so, like, just hitting on that, where did the overall inspiration for the project come from?
Well, I really like Greek mythology.
Mm-hmm.
And like I told you, after I listened to the project, I kind of like connected it to the story that I found when looking up the meaning of my name.
Okay.
And literally, it's super Greek mythology themed, but also like Queen of the Damned a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That was a classic.
Yeah. Like a
in
good
my
little mix of different inspirations, plus the Little Kim picture that I found.
Mm.
I forgot who it was shot by, but found it, and I made it mine.
That's good. I'm gonna say, so where do you draw a lot of your inspiration from when it comes to, the creative ideas outside of the music? So say, like, the cover art, or even this, like, presentation, like the things that inspire you to help you get to where you are. Like, where do you draw that most inner?
I think I watch a lot of movies,
Mhm.
and I tap in a lot to my childhood.
Okay.
I've been planning to do a lot of the stuff that I have recently been doing since I was a kid, and I didn't even notice that it like came around full circle for me to actually do.
Mm-hmm.
Even with like the name of the project, I loved like the series of that name.
Yeah,
I don't want to say the
yeah,
name,
not yet, yeah.
but I loved that series, drawing inspiration from that. Even I don't know, everything I pretty much like or do is drawn from things I liked as a kid.
Okay.
So I think just my inner child is pretty much what like helps inspire my creativity process. Yeah, my creativity process.
I'm gonna say, so as vibrant as this is, like, it makes me think about the overall sound of the project.
Yeah.
And like how vibrant that is. So like, what was your favorite song to record?
Blame Game.
Okay.
Blame Game is definitely one of my favorite songs. Mainly because that was my first time writing a song as fast as I did.
Mm-hmm.
It usually would take me hours. And then it was also the first song I ever like recorded by myself and tried to do production, even though I didn't fully make it to production.
Okay.
I secured a bass. And then my friend OJIKAE, he actually messaged me on Instagram. That's how we met.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this is actually how we started working together. I'm like, he's like, hey, if you want to make anything, you know, send me some stuff, or I have some stuff that is for you, or we can make a song together. And I was just like, I actually have an acapella version of this song, or what did I say? I had a reference, and I'm like, can you make a beat to it?
Mm-hmm.
And he sent it back. Passed my test with flying colors, but I tell you, because I'm such a picky girl. For someone who doesn't, I don't know everything. I'm always a student, but like I'm so picky. Like I know, it's kind of like how A&Rs could never, some A&Rs could never make music, but they just know when a song,
what it sounds like, or
yeah,
what
like
sounds
or
good.
what sounds good, or who's gonna blow. You know, it's one of them type of things when it came to production. So
Okay.
then I met OG. He came to, we flew him from Melbourne, Australia to Atlanta, and we did the camp.
It's a long flight.
Yeah. Sorry, did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I do that
it was about the overall sound. Nah, you remember we was talking about how it's good to be a generational yapper.
Yeah, it is. It's healthy sometimes.
I think it is only
healing.
because it's like, you know, you get to talk about what inspires you, but also it's like you get all your thoughts out, and, you know, for you to be able to express yourself.
Yeah.
You know, the way that you express yourself in the music too. For real. It's like, so like, what's your, like, looking at this, like, what's your favorite like fruit?
My favorite fruit?
Yeah.
My favorite fruit is actually mango, but lately I have been drawn towards pomegranates.
Okay.
I've always loved pomegranates.
Is there a reason you're like drawn to them now?
You know, it's funny. They say when you're channeling, this is what the TikTok girlies say. When you're channeling Persephone, for some reason you start like, and mind you, I channeled her not on purpose at all whatsoever. Mm-hmm. But they say that you start to like the things that are like having to deal with them. Right. But I don't know. I feel like I've always loved pomegranates. My family's Caribbean, so I like fruit, period. Mm-hmm. Like, I just like fruit overall.
I'm saying, as you should. I mean, so especially like, so your family being from the Caribbean, do you ever go back or use any of your Caribbean roots as inspiration?
100%.
As far as like influencing in your music?
100%.
Is that, do you think that's prevalent like on this project?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think I have an answer to that just yet.
Okay.
Because I don't want to give you an answer, and I'd have to really...
And then, like, they listen to it, and it's like, oh, well, she said this, but
it's not that... Because it's like, my interpretation is not going to be someone else's interpretation.
Right.
Because if that was the case, I could say the first song on the project gave me the inspiration for that. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's not that it intentionally happened. I just like certain sounds that I grew up with. So, like, if something reminds me of, like, an Afrobeat or some type of Caribbean, like, I like it because... that's just what I grew up with. So, yeah, I guess you would say my childhood pretty much inspired, like, the things that I like today.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, yeah, because we can talk about the project.
Yeah.
I didn't want to know how in-depth. So, hearing it, like, one thing I picked on was a lot of the instrumentation used, it seems like there's, like, an overall, like with the guitar bass on there, but, like, a lot of, I want to say, rock influence on there. Mm-hmm. Like... I'm gonna say, do you listen to any like alternative music as far as that?
I love alternative music.
Okay.
But I guess it also depends on what you consider alternative.
I guess in the lens of like rock and metal.
I was never really a metal girl, but I do like rock music. I definitely had my rock stage of life.
Okay.
Where
the Hot Topic phase?
Yeah, for sure.
I think we all had a Hot Topic phase though.
I had a Hot Topic phase. I had a Scene Girl phase. I had all of that.
I've got a Hot Topic inspired playlist I gotta show you.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a friend put me onto Radiohead, and it was just pretty much over way after that.
Okay.
But I did like Fall Out Boys. I love Tame Impala. I love Hotel Ugly. I don't know. It's a lot of new people I really like, especially alternative. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. I just like good music.
Nah, I mean, as you should. I think it also helps you in your flexibility, especially now being an emerging artist and somebody who's upcoming, wanting to introduce yourself to like people who are already familiar to you, but also because you're still new in the sense of like you're growing, like somebody's being put onto you every single day. And so when they jump into your catalog, like everybody's gonna find something very different. So like, how do you utilize that versatility or like the importance of that versatility?
I think versatility is important because you never know who you're gonna reach, who your message is gonna reach. So it's like I just want to make everything that I can make. I don't really care about blowing. I don't really care about, I haven't made much money off of my music just yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just doing it because I really fucking like it.
Right.
So, I never want to be one thing. I want to be able to be whatever the fuck I feel like. I just want, like I said earlier, I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I want people to follow that and take inspiration from it. But, I'm sorry. Am I answering your question?
Yeah. I was asking about, the versatility.
Oh, yeah.
The versatility
I enjoy
and utilizing that, especially as, you're, upcoming.
I think it helps because I can work with anybody,
Mm-hmm.
and I can do anything, and I could be put in different positions and succeed. I think that comes from acting, though. Like,
Probably.
with acting, I can play so many different characters. There's so many different
So you're
versions of me.
like a chameleon.
What's like a better version of a chameleon?
I'm trying to think of another animal that blends.
That's the thing. I don't blend. I always stand out, but I don't know. I like to do stuff and I end up being good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to follow that because I told you I get bored fast.
Right.
But there's also just very different. I have very different versions of me. It just depends on the day. I'm a moody girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very moody girl.
Let me say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. One, I just want to let you know I'm struggling.
You struggling? I see.
Yeah.
I see, Brethren.
Look, I'm about to say, look, this is gonna be abstract.
It's
like,
okay.
That's how I'm saying it.
Abstract too. It's fine.
Yeah, but nah, I'm saying, nah, we gotta try this wine real quick.
Oh yeah, let's try the Takara. You have to.
Hold on, let me try this Takara because
Palm wine is the best.
you
oh my God.
talking about this is
Oh wait, cheers.
scaring me. Cheers. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
First reaction.
Oh.
I love it.
That's good.
It's good?
Yeah.
I'm so glad you like it.
I've never had this before.
And that's 15% alcohol. Your favorite wine ain't got 15%.
So let me slow down.
Yeah, slow down.
Let me slow down.
We'll be paying all day.
Nah, but okay, so talk to me about like the idea. Like I want to go back to the cover art. So, like the pearls. Like, is there a meaning behind the pearls and the candles here? Like, is there like
behind everything?
Like real? Okay, so talk to me about like the symbolism. That like we're visualizing right now.
I love symbolism, so I tried to make sure I kept like the pomegranate because Persephone's signs are like pomegranate, red wine, skull and bones, candles, stuff like that because she was the goddess of spring, but she was also the queen of the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
Pearls, I have always loved pearls since I was a kid.
Okay.
And I was just like, I have my eyelash grows white right here, and I just like put makeup on it to make it look more noticeable. And then I was just wearing pearls one day, and I'm like, this is way cooler. But the symbolism of pearls is just like classy girl, like fancy classy girl. Like
Right.
even if I have sweats on or the baggiest pants on in the world, or I'm talking about the most hell shit in the world, I'm still a classy girl. I got my pearls on. I'm clutching them.
You clutching them.
I'm clutching them
You gotta
every time I listen to this music.
I'm gonna say, like, do you feel like you were able to allow yourself? 'Cause I know you're talking about clutching your pearls. Do you think like with this product you were able to allow yourself to be vulnerable?
Yes, because at my camp I got to cry in front of all my friends, and that's how we made the good music.
Okay.
I got to tell them about a lot of my experiences, and then they were able to interpret what I was trying to like get across, and we were able to collaborate on amazing songs.
Mm-hmm.
So, did that answer your question?
Yeah. Yeah. I promise you, you're always answering it. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
I'm like thinking as I talk.
Mm-hmm. the yapper.
The yapper shit,
Nah, I mean, but I always keep talking. I always like joke about like yapping, but I think especially as an artist, you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable and also give your space, the room to grow. Because we could like harp on, what we talked about earlier, with like how everybody can't go. So just hearing that you were able to allow yourself to like, cry in front of your closest group of people during this time.
Yeah.
I think it's very important because I think when people hear this project, like, it's gonna speak to them.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna speak to them.
One thing I'm really happy about is everybody that hears it says they can like relate and feel it. Hold on, because we need to have We need to have OJIKAE come talk with us too, because he produced the project and he also wrote 3 songs on it. OJIKAE.
OG, how many songs?
Are you coming? Are you coming to sit with us?
I will come sit with you.
Okay, he's gonna come sit with us.
Yeah.
He's here from Australia, and this man taught me more in a week than I think anybody has ever taught me.
Okay.
In 2 weeks, I think that anybody has ever taught me.
So y'all recorded those 3 songs in the 2 weeks?
We recorded the entire project in the 2 weeks.
In the 2 weeks?
Yeah, we did the project at my camp, and then he came back to my house for another week, and we finished recording all of that, all within that time frame. So yeah, we have to bring in OJIKAE because he definitely played a huge part in this project.
Yes.
So OG,
OG, please. Grace us with your presence.
Inserts claps here.
Yeah.
What's running, brother?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Good. I'm great, bro. Thank you for being here, for real.
Thank you for having the both of us.
Of course. I'm gonna say, so how long have you been here in Atlanta?
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks
on this trip.
Okay. And I was saying during these 2 weeks, you know, Korin was just talking about how you guys have been recording the project. So how's that been for you, like coming from overseas to here, and then like being incorporated into this process here?
It's a little different being creative, not in my sort of creative space.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very sort of, I like a cave mentality in the sense that like I stay in my basement. Like me and my dad built a studio in my basement.
Okay.
And like that's really where I do everything. All my editing, all my production, all my writing. I got my grandfather's upright piano just installed in there too. So there's really no reason for me to ever leave.
To ever leave? So
Yeah,
so you consider yourself like a homebody?
I like to go out, watch films. The cinema in my area, or my favorite area is called Cinema Nova. They play classic films. I like to go watch them a lot.
Okay.
I like to go out to dinner with my girlfriend and my friends. So I like to go out on the weekends. I mean, if I'm just at home all the time, I'll really have nothing to talk about because I won't have been living any life to actually write about, you know?
Right.
But coming over here is a lot different in the creative process because I really have to be uncomfortable. And I think that allows me to really draw on things I never would at home.
Okay.
So I definitely enjoy the process of being creative out here, especially like in between staying at Korin's or in my hotel room or really wherever. It's
Bless you.
me. Yeah, it's a pretty individual experience or a new experience to me to just jump around different places and make music, create videos, but the people here are super creative in Atlanta.
That's good. Have you been able to like really like experience, you know, outside of recording, but like have you been able to take in, you know, what all the city has to offer?
I wouldn't say yet.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting
there?
there. I mean, I got some wings from JR Crickets.
Okay. have y'all taken an American Deli?
Yeah.
I've had American Deli a couple times,
Okay, which
but
one
I
you
like
like
JR
better?
Crickets more.
Really? Okay, that's a first. I've never heard that one.
Yeah.
He got ribs from JR Crickets.
Okay, yeah.
And wings.
Can't wait.
Everyone keeps clanning on me about the ribs, but they were lovely.
Yeah, that's
I believe you. I'm gonna
What
try it.
a
I don't
concert
eat
cost
pork.
that's some white shit. That's what he said.
No, we could talk about
I
that
have no
part.
idea. Oh, gee.
That's what he said.
It's okay.
No, that's okay. So I'm gonna say back to like y'all recording and, you know, really writing the project. So you recorded the entire project?
So pretty much, there's 3 songs in the project that were originally just demos I'd had, and I just brought them to Korin, and she pretty much just recorded, re-recorded those ideas, and 2 of them because I felt like the stories I'd written really applied more to her than they did to me. And then we wrote and produced pretty much the rest together. We had some executive production from Ramil. And the Ramil, we had executive production from Dos Diaz. And
The GOAT.
yeah, Dos produced.
GOAT.
I woke
The
up one
GOAT.
morning at the camp and Dos was like producing the beat for Numb.
Yeah.
And I woke up and came over and we wrote the verses and the pre-choruses together, and Dos already had the hook written, and then I recorded some guitar, did some executive production, and then Runner Jay as well. He helped. He came and filmed some of the stuff. at the camp, and he sent me some loops, and yeah, it was a really beautiful creative experience for everyone to come together. But in terms of sort of really locking in and putting the project together, it was really Korin and I locked in and had to spend a lot of time together after that camp, figuring things out and making sure everything
Was
was
cohesive.
cohesive and felt good, you know. And I think it was helpful for Korin for me to come from I'm a student of everything that I do, and I really study it hard, and I really delve deep. And you know, the year before I'd spent the last year properly studying songwriting and song form, and studying the Beatles, studying Stevie Wonder, just studying the best songs that have ever been written and why they are that incredible. So I feel like it was helpful for Korin for me to come in and just
give your expertise,
apply those.
Yeah, he definitely opened my mind to different. You definitely opened my mind to different ways of like just processing, listening to music and making music.
Yeah.
And in a different way that no one's ever like opened my eyes up to. And I felt like at that moment, like we were supposed to be like we're aligned.
Yeah, so it felt like the bar was almost raised, like for you, but also for you as well. Like when it comes to recording and collaborating with, say, like somebody that you work with for the first time. Was this your first time working together?
This is his second trip here.
Okay.
So yeah, this is our second time. We're actually doing a project right now too.
We're doing another EP right now.
Okay, exciting.
But we can't talk about that yet.
Not just yet. Anyway, back to this. So
yeah, I'm gonna say collaborating together, like finding somebody that like allows you to elevate your game almost. So that way, like now when y'all go into new sessions or with somebody else different, now you're like, you know, in the back of your head, it's like, you know, what would Korin do or what would OG do? And like it's now like raising y'all's game for, you know, when y'all are, you know,
more opportunities.
Yeah.
I like to think of it like art and music, especially. It all unravels quite like nature. You see like a small plant or a large tree, and every plant sort of branches onto each next leaf or each next, you know, everything sort of just grows from the root, and then everything springs out. And I feel like a lot of ideas that either one of us wouldn't have come to fruition if we hadn't
talked to one
you know,
another.
a seed in each other's mind. It's like when we're writing together, she'll say something or sing something, and I'll click onto that. And I'll think of something I never would have thought of because that idea was there. And I don't know, it's like I have not really been that collaborative in my career. I'm very sort of solely focused on, I've always sort of worked by myself.
Okay.
And as time's gone on, I've worked less and less with my friends, not for any reason other than just that it's just easier. But really working with Korin helped me to
open your mind up,
get back to being collaborative and being open to other creative people's ideas, and it just helped me grow a lot.
That's good.
know,
I'm gonna say, so for you, I'm gonna say, I don't know if it sounded like Numb, but what was your favorite song on the project to work on?
Probably The Night Before.
Yeah, I think Night Before is my favorite song on the project.
I think it's my favorite song. Like in terms of actual song, not just production and sounds.
Yeah, no, song period. Night Before is
The Night Before is a real special.
I've got my favorite picked out.
What's your favorite?
Soul Exchange is for
Oh
sure.
yeah, produced by Ramir.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, like I said, like I love the entire project. Like I think each track kind of showcases, you know, everybody's work, like how everybody contributed to the project.
Yeah.
Because I was telling Korin before, like the production on there, like everything, like the acoustics and everything on there are phenomenal. And I think people are gonna be so like drawn in to like her aura, like her voice on the project, but also like the overall instrumentation on the project too. Like
Yeah.
y'all got a banger on your hands.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Y'all got a banger on your hands, man.
Thank you. We're trying.
But yeah, none of it wouldn't have unraveled how it did, and I wouldn't have had the experience that I did if it wasn't, you know, if Korin just didn't randomly
DM me back.
yeah, because it went quiet for a couple months after the Blame Game. She loved it, and then it was like a couple months went by. I was like, well, at least I got to connect with, you know, a new creative.
Right.
And then she was like, I want you to come to my camp. And
I
I was
tell
like,
people, just be patient with me. I
Yeah.
promise I'm gonna place you exactly where you're supposed to
Exactly.
be.
Everything's supposed to happen
Just trust
in
me.
God's time when it happens, you know.
But yeah, she hit me back and was like, you know, you should come. I want you to come to my writing camp and executive produce my project. And I was like, Pa, I'd love to, but I can't really afford to fly from Australia right now. So like,
Like,
And
nah, bro,
when did this convo happen?
April. And we got him here in June.
Okay. Say, this is not bad timing.
Not bad.
Nah, not at all.
It's
Not bad
actually
timing.
perfect.
Oh,
It's God's
I don't know why I'm
timing.
thinking like April now. April of last year.
Last year,
Yeah,
yeah,
last
absolutely.
year.
Okay.
So we are coming up on a year of our friendship.
On a year.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And you said this is your second time.
This is my second trip, yeah.
Okay, could you ever see yourself moving to the States?
Like I want to.
Mm-hmm.
From moving from Australia is real difficult
Right.
in terms of the visa process and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd need an A1 sponsored by a label or a company or something like that. But in terms of, I'd love to. I want to live in New York
Okay.
eventually. That's where I want to be at. Doing all my creative endeavors in New York. I want a little loft with my girlfriend, and I just want to be
Good love vibes in New York.
working at it. I mean, yeah, it's 5-year anniversary last month with my girlfriend. So
Mm-hmm.
when you find that one, it's like you just hold on. Don't let go, you know. And
That's
she's the
real.
best. She's my best friend. She supports me with everything I do. I
Okay.
would not be able to do what the fuck I do without
Her
Yeah.
support.
As a creative, you self-doubt all the time.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, it doesn't matter how, you know, prolific or how good you may be at whatever you do, like, there's gonna be those moments you wake up and you're like, fuck, like, am I even really supposed to be doing this?
Yeah, I feel like
I mean, yeah, I think, you know, one thing I've always, like, just thought about, especially as an artist, as a creative, like, we're all, like, nobody's harder. We're our biggest critique.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I think, like, every day is always, like, that internal battle.
Yeah.
You know, and just, like, you know, what is going to allow you to, you know, really get up out of bed and say, like, I really want this. Like, you know, and I think that's what always separates, you know, like, who goes the furthest, for real.
Virgin.
Oh.
Like, why that nigga cannot hear you?
OG, I have one final question. So, like, what do you want people to take away from this project when they hear it for the first time?
Just want to offer them like a safe space. Pretty much how my favorite artists, Prince, Stevie, The Police, gave me a safe space when I was like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had anything that was really bothering me, I'd just go into their realm and their space and it would heal me. And I just wanted to offer whatever I do, whatever I create, I want it to be a space so people can go to heal and get away from whatever they're dealing with and be able to process that.
I was telling him that I enjoyed the amount of accountability I was able to take in the project because like even though things were his fault, I also like figured out what was my fault, and I think that's why certain songs, even the songs you gave me, were like they connected to me differently. So yeah.
But yeah, it's really that. It's just being able to heal, and that might be healing in the sense of healing from things you've done too. You know, being able to process your own actions, but more or less just offering that safe space in frequency.
It's like embracing honesty. I think SZA does a good job of that, and I think that's why a lot of people love her so much because she like bathes in her truth and in reality. Like she doesn't have to say too much about it; she can just sing about it.
Right.
And
People feel it.
people
and,
feel
like,
it
the
because
authenticity.
because it's just real. It's just like being honest. Like so, I think that's what we did.
So you do feel like that this project was like is going to be a chance for everybody to hear how authentic, you know, like this process was.
100%. I think that this was a revelation for me and the people around me. And the best part about it all is I got to make good music with my friends. Happy.
Okay.
That's all I could really ask for.
Okay. Well, OG, I appreciate you being here. I think it's time for us to do this reveal. You gonna do this reveal with us?
No?
That's a you thing.
That's a you thing.
OG don't want to do the reveal
I'm
with
gonna
us.
hop out.
Oh, you said I'm here for the music,
Yeah.
not the painting.
Okay, so disclaimer. Disclaimer. This is all abstract.
Let me tell you, art is however you interpret it. No
Yeah.
art is bad art.
Exactly. You heard what she said. So I don't want to see nobody talking about him.
You know what I'm saying? Okay,
Okay.
ready?
All right. 3, 2.
I don't know. I mean, yours is definitely not giving my project, but it's definitely giving How to Train a Dragon.
Okay.
You see, this looks like the dragon head.
Yeah, talk to
the
me what this look like.
tongue, the teeth, tooth right here, all
Okay.
combined up. This could be the last flamethrower he
So
just threw.
so it embodies your personality because you talked about operating chaos.
Yeah, look at you. You still did it.
See? I'm here. I'm here.
Cause look at the because it did have flames.
It did.
It does have flames in it.
It does. Yeah.
It does have like an entire.
But yours, I feel like, really embodies what the cover art really entails. I don't want to go too in deep into it, but I see candles here.
Mm-hmm.
I see you, and then all of the symbolism there that people are gonna be able to see when they finally see the cover art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
feel like that's
embraces
perfect.
the dark side.
The dark side. Okay, so Korin, did you have any last words?
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
And thank you for doing all of this. This is so great. I love what you're doing.
I appreciate
And I hope that this interview encourages people to come to you and allow y'all to create something that aligns with them as well as, you know, showing you something new for yourself. And I hope we both can just take away from this experience. And I
Absolutely.
can't wait to see you again.
you. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you, Korin, as always. I can't wait for everybody to finally be able to hear this project in its entirety. Like, it's so good.
Thank you.
And I'm not literally, like, not just saying that just because you're on here, but, like, it's really good. And so, like, I feel like this is going to be, like, a real introduction, you know, for everybody, too. You're going to gain an entire new audience, but...
I'm excited because they've been doubting me for some years now,
come on.
boy.
Pop
I'm
your
sick
shit.
of it. Pop my
your
shit,
shit.
right? Nah, I don't know. I just been doing this for a long time. I'm just really happy to be at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So to even get the recognition from a few songs is like means the world to me.
Okay. One last cheers.
One last cheers.
One last cheers.
On three to Kara.
All right, shout out to Kara. All right.
No, on three. Core.
Core.
1, 2,
Two,
3.
three.
Core.
Core.